This is Epic Groupcast. I'm Anthony.
I'm Alan.
It's Jordan.
And Lawrence.
Today we're going to be talking about, we'll do a comic book movie news, because there's something that was announced kind of recently now, in the comic book world that's a little shocking. It's got people all in a tizzy.
Because don't use the word tizzy ever again.
What do people who are in a tizzy look like? Are they like flustered, or is it just like this like really mellow anger?
I feel like you look like a girl from the early '90s with like tinsel in your hair and
like slap bracelets.
You're hopping around, all excited.
Okay, there was some news announced, and people are mad about this. How's that? Is that better? People are really mad about this. Apparently, Vin Diesel wants to do the motion cap for Groot. Was that not it?
Close.
James Spader is going to be Ultron. Maybe that
would... Well, I don't know if people are mad about it.
Maybe that's not it either. Maybe Ben Affleck was cast as Batman. Maybe that's what
I think he was.
Has people upset.
My only problem with James Spader in any movie is that I have a hard time listening to him talk and staying awake at the same time. Like, he just lulls me to sleep perfectly. Like, I have a collection of James Spader recordings that I play at nighttime when I go to bed. It's just like his monologues from like 16 Candles and stuff, you know?
People have white noise or like ocean or like trees blowing in the air.
I have season 8 of The Office.
And you know it's all going to be voice work. I mean...
I'm sorry, that was awesome. I hope it's all... Actually, no, I take it back. I would love to see him in, like, mocap. And as Ultron, like...
Has his face?
Yeah, Tony Stark's like, man, this is going to be hilarious when I make this robot.
Oh, man.
Sorry, I didn't mean to detract from Batfleck.
No, I'm glad you did that. I'm going to find me like an MP3 of just him talking and try to take a nap to it.
It works.
Oh, anyway, so when the news broke here at Epic Groupcast, Steven and I did a real quick video just to get the news out there to try to get us some attention. I think it went fairly well.
Yeah.
Now we're going to get everyone else's opinions. For my opinion, be sure to check out the video. I will say a few things that I was shocked. I'm still kind of shocked.
Does it still hurt a little bit?
It's just...
No. Here, think about it like this. Like, Man of Steel.
Right.
Lawrence Fishburne. Amy Adams.
Oh, that's what I said.
Yeah, Kevin Costner, Russell Crowe. All these pretty big stars, you know? Like, it makes sense that they would throw another star in there, you know? And what better time than right now? Like...
He's doing really
Everybody thought that they'd forgotten about Geely, but like I've heard more about Geely in the last 2 weeks than I did in like 2002 or whatever. Whenever it came out, almost it's crazy.
Yeah. Here's my thing. I'm not a huge Batman fan. I respect Batman as a character. You know, but he's a guy in a bat suit like that. It always bothered me. Probably if he had a different outfit, I'd be more into it. But
like just an insert animal. Here, name.
No, if he looked like Nightwing, but had Bruce's skills, because I really like Nightwing.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorites, but I think that Bruce probably would be my favorite if he wasn't dressed as a giant rodent, flying rodent. So Christian Bale, I liked Christian Bale. You know, I like the Nolan films. I don't think he was a great Batman. I mean, as far as compared to the comic book, it's a great Batman franchise. I think it's going to be hard for anybody to follow him. There probably weren't a lot of people that were jumping on this whenever they were offering it.
It's obviously going to be compared to the Nolan films. I mean,
without a doubt.
Whoever took the role knew that they were going to be compared to Christian Bale.
Especially with him being an older, more experienced Batman, and Christian Bale ended at about the same age range as what they're going for with the next film. Yeah. People are going to be comparing it. But I like Ben Affleck. I like him a lot. It was a shock for him to be cast as Batman. But I think that he could probably be my favorite Batman whenever this is all said and done. Just because of how much I liked Man of Steel and how much I didn't want Russell Crowe or Kevin Costner to be involved, and they were fantastic.
Well, what about
experienced Batman? I just hope they go over the top.
But I'm sure you've read, like, since it came out, you know, people are up in arms about it. But then, like, you go back and you think about people had the same reaction when Heath Ledger was cast. You know, I know that a lot of people are saying that, or you know, or going back to like, yeah, well, you guys thought Heath Ledger would suck as a Joker, and he was amazing. You know,
but I did hear the argument though, is Heath Ledger didn't have as many films as what Ben has had at this point. You know, we've kind of seen Ben's range, whereas they hadn't really.
But, like Ben's range lately, like
that's true.
Ben isn't like that's one thing that bothers the crap out of me. Everyone's like, "Oh, Daredevil sucked. This is going to suck."
Daredevil was in 2003.
Exactly. Yeah. If you watch any old, like that's like being like, "Oh, fucking O'Banion from Dazed and Confused is going to be Batman." You know, like he has grown so much as an actor since those movies that.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, you look at the last movies he's made in the last decade. They've all been really good movies.
Right. Yeah. And he started directing now.
Yeah.
And, I think that has made him a better actor because he kind of, you know, he can see how it looks from both angles now. So, I don't know. I
loved him in The Town. I love that.
As far as this goes, though, if you are petitioning the White House to have Ben Affleck removed as Batman, you're an idiot, and please stop. This has actually happened. I don't know if you heard or not.
Really?
But there was an actual petition to President Obama to have Ben Affleck
to make it illegal for Ben Affleck to be Batman.
Wow.
Just give it a rest. He's a good actor. He's made several awards. You know, won several awards.
I'm going to do the exact opposite. More people
sign
this petition.
That is a gross misuse of resources. Come on, guys.
I will. How hilarious would it be if the President of the United States,
signed into law,
the most powerful person in the free world,
so he's got other stuff to do though,
that does not allow an actor to perform a character in a movie,
a fictional character.
Yes.
That'd be the biggest piece of ammunition anybody could ever have against Obama
or America.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Like the world already thinks we're a joke, and here we are. That
proving it.
Yeah, just
are we not a joke?
Yeah.
But here's how I feel about the whole thing. Like, people complain, oh, he's not intimidating enough to be Batman. The point is, in a Batman movie, the only real acting you have to do is when you're not Batman.
Yeah.
Like, when you're Batman, 90% of the time it's some stunt guy in the suit.
Yep.
First of all, the suit itself is what is intimidating, not the actor in the suit. It's the suit's job to be imposing, you know. First, and Ben Affleck is like 6'4", right?
Yeah,
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's big.
He's physically
he can do it, and like you brought up The Town, like he is ripped in The Town.
Yeah, he is.
And he's already started working out, and they haven't even started shooting yet. But he's already 2 hours a day.
Yeah,
Batmaning it up.
I'm trying to think of like Affleck movies you could watch to make you believe that he would be a good Bruce Wayne. But like Argo, like I think that his role in Argo is so much more difficult than it would be to play Bruce Wayne. And first of all, how can anyone in the world think that Ben Affleck can't pull off cocky? Like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
My thing, Kevin Smith one time said of Ben Affleck that he does the best when the roles are closest to his real personality. I mean, I think he was in jest, but the thing is he is Bruce Wayne. He's rich. Yeah. He's a philanthropist. You know, he's a good guy. I mean, plus you can always fall back on the Shannon Hamilton from Mallrats, and you've got it.
But my thing is that I think he would make a fantastic Bruce Wayne.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't think I could find anyone that would really argue me.
Physically, he's intimidating, though.
Yes. Yeah, he is. He'd make a great Bruce Wayne, and like Lawrence said, you just have to look like a dude in a bat suit at night, and that's intimidating.
Because, first of all, if you think that Christian Bale played a good Batman, then you are ridiculous. Where's the trigger? That was 3/4 of those movies was him just growling at people.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah. How do you think they're going to do that this time around? Do you think he's going to be more to his normal voice, or
I don't know.
What about a voice changer? I mean, they've done it twice.
Yeah, like some kind of modulator or something.
Live action Green Arrows have had voice changers.
Yeah.
I wonder if they would do that with Batman this time around.
I think they should. Because
he has that
just to make it easier on him.
Boston accent.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, I don't like when people say that he's not intimidating, because the whole point of Batman is that he is a master of all everything, martial arts,
which he was
detective work
not
and stuff
in Nolan's universe.
But he would. I mean, if you just think about it, he's just a badass guy in a suit that allows him to have any kind of fun toy that he needs to, beat the crap out of people. And that's his whole thing. Is like he is supposed to be a guy that comes in very quickly, silently, that you never see coming, beats the crap out of you to the point that where you can barely walk, and then he just leaves you there. Like, regardless of who is in the suit, that's terrifying. That's like, imagine you're walking down the street, dead of night, and if you're a criminal, then you know that at any given time, a dude can come out, beat the crap out of me, hang me from a light post, and I'm there until cops help me get down.
Yeah.
Like, that's scary.
What
Sometimes he drops
buddy?
you.
Well, I was robbing this place.
Batman showed up. Oh, yeah.
Swear to me!
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I want to see. I want to see the detective. I want to see That's one thing that they never do in the Batman movies. Is like he's never like this super detective. Like
I want to see more of the gadgets and the tech. And you know what? Since he's older, let's skip Robin. Let's have Nightwing. I mean, he's going to get his own film. He signed a multi-picture deal.
Yeah.
And directing too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he signed on to direct some stuff.
Right. Yeah, he's got his own pet projects. I mean, I'm sure he's getting a lot out of this.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, he's going to get his movies greenlit.
And I'm cool with
pretty easily.
Batfleck directing some DC superhero movies. I'd be game for that.
Yeah,
I'd love.
Well, that would be awesome. But I
he
think he's
directs
got
are good.
his own artsy pictures that he's signed.
Oh,
Like they're going to put them out.
Yeah. Warner Brothers is.
Warner Brothers, since he's doing this. But I think it is a big risk on his part to take this role, but it'll be interesting to see.
Based on your comment on all the whole detective work, I'm like you. I would love to see that. However, it's not going to be in this movie.
Yeah, it won't fit in with Man of Steel 2, definitely.
Yeah, because my only thing is that maybe he'll use detective work to find out who Superman is.
That's what I was going to say. The only reason it might be in is if, like, Anthony brought something up a while back about how it would be cool if Lex Luthor is in Man of Steel 2.
Which they're talking about Bryan Cranston. That's the rumor.
Yeah, Rolling Stone even reported it, and Cranston had to
quite
deny
a few
it.
places reported it.
I would love to see Bryan
That's the
Cranston
fun thing to do
as
now
Lex
is
Luthor.
tweet Cranston in a role. Though people have tweeted him saying, Bryan Cranston in Don's rubber suit stars lead role in Godzilla. I mean, just stuff like that. That's
Yeah. But,
We should tweet at him.
but you talked about how it would be cool if Luthor's in Man of Steel 2, and he's, a hero to the public, and then he gets away with it at the end,
Right.
Like, I think that it would be cool if, for some reason, like, Bruce Wayne and Lex Luthor are working on some kind of merger or something, and that to introduce the Bruce Wayne character and the Luthor character, and then he's the one that finds out about, Lex's other side.
Yeah.
And,
I would like that a lot.
That'd be cool. Yeah,
and uses his detective skills to find out about Superman. Like he may be there to find out about Superman because of his, like that's just a good reason to go to Metropolis for him.
I would like Lex to kind of point him in the direction though too, like just give him little hints of mistrust. But yeah, the city being destroyed would be a good reason for Bruce to go check it out.
Right. Yeah. There's no way that the detective work could be involved in finding out who Superman's identity is, because there's not much detective work when you can just go to Smallville.
Since Lois did it in 6 seconds.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I know you guys saw, there was a giant battle here. Why here?
What did he look like? You mean he looked like that kid that went to high school?
Now,
wait a minute, fat guy at IHOP? You mean you got saved by him in a school bus? What?
Now, I know the Superman is on record saying that he was raised in Kansas. Yeah. And I know there was a giant battle in Smallville, Kansas.
Yeah.
But surely these two are not related.
Yeah, it's just coincidence.
Oh, man.
For this film, though, since we brought up Lex, any casting choices for Lex?
Bryan Cranston. I would like that. I really would.
Who's the other guy?
I would rather see Bryan Cranston do the new Commissioner Gordon, though.
Oh, yeah.
Look it up. I mean, there's pictures of him. And,
he did the voice of Gordon
in year one.
Yeah, and that was good.
Yeah, so I would rather have him do that. Mark Strong is another name a lot of people have thrown out.
As Lex Luthor?
Yeah. I think he's definitely got the acting chops for it. I'm going to throw one out, and people are going to hate me, but Billy Zane.
Billy Zane.
I think he would be at risk. He's in Titanic.
Wait a second. You mean
Yeah.
the Phantom?
The Phantom.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Shooting that down hard and fast.
I think he could pull it off.
I don't know.
I mean, he'd be a little bit more of a zany Lex Luthor, probably.
I don't want zany Lex Luthor. That's the thing. We've had zany Lex Luthor in how many Superman movies already? I want maniacal, behind the curtain, manipulating everything Lex Luthor.
Like, but he's got a good smile. I mean, he could pull off the public persona.
I would
be dark.
I would love to see that, like, Luthor was actually behind the military finding the ship in the Antarctic
or wherever,
or the Arctic.
Yeah,
not the Antarctic, the Arctic.
Right, the Arctic.
Because
Arctic
like
Circle.
he wants that technology, and he's like controlling the military to get that. I would love to see that. I don't want. And Gene Hackman did Lex Luthor, and he did it his own way, and it was good for the time.
Right.
This is not the 70s anymore, the 80s or 90s. Like, this is, people are so used to these dark superhero movies now.
Right.
Or a very realistic superhero movie now. And I don't think a realistic, like, multi-billionaire business tycoon that has his fingers in everything would be like this silly, over-the-top, ha-ha, funny guy.
Right.
Like, I want to see a guy who is a sociopath that has every possible resource at his fingertips. That's
then
what
you
I
probably
want
want Mark Strong.
And I would like to see Amanda Waller in
She's going to be on Arrow.
Yes.
So I would really like to see them cross over their TV and movie universes because Marvel's doing it. I mean,
yeah, but Marvel,
it's only going to help things.
But you got to realize that DC is if not more than a decade, at least a decade behind Marvel in their whole movie.
Which is why they need to play catch up.
They don't need to like jump in and be like, now Arrow's a part of this world. Like, they don't need to do that. They need to like sit down and do what Marvel did, create a plan. Right. And I think that's what they're trying to do. I
hope that's what they're trying to do. I
really think that if Man of Steel 2 does great, I think it would be incredibly wrong for them not to announce a Justice League movie.
You don't
and,
understand.
Like, hear the people.
Man of Steel 2 will do great.
Yes, it will.
It doesn't matter how big of a piece of crap this film is. Yeah. It's going to do great.
If it's called Batman versus Superman, then I think that, I think that it could beat Avengers.
What is the highest grossing movie of all time now?
Avatar. Avatar, then Titanic, then the Avengers.
And then isn't Dark Knight shortly below that, I thought? Like, it had a pretty big...
It's up there, but it didn't
depends
clear 1
because...
billion, did it?
Huh?
It didn't clear 1 billion, did it?
Dark Knight did, yes.
Yeah, Dark Knight did.
Yeah, it was right behind Titanic before, but it's gotten beat out by the last Harry Potter movie, either on the global or domestic one.
Probably global.
I can't remember the exact order after
Avengers. I'm just saying, I think it wouldn't be unrealistic to say...
I think Iron Man 3 is in the top 5, though.
Yeah. I don't think it would be unrealistic to say that Man of Steel 2 could probably beat out the Avengers as far as like box office grossing.
I think it'll be tough. If they do, I'll be amazed.
If
the script is good, it will. If the script's terrible,
is David Goyer's writing the script with Zack Snyder, and Zack Snyder.
I will bet money that Affleck is helping on that. I will bet money behind the scenes.
The thing with Snyder is that he's really good about staying true to material, the source material, which is great. But Goyer, I'm sorry, and if people like him, that man cannot write himself out of a brown paper bag. If you watch any movie that Goyer, aside from Man of Steel, if you watch any Goyer movie that's written by himself, it's awful. It's just terrible.
But then... Warner Brothers has hired him to write superhero scripts.
Yeah, because they couldn't convince Nolan to come on. Like, they're like, we would really like the team that wrote the Batman movies to be our writing team for all of our DC movies.
Well, that's my thing is they have a whole pile of Goyer films that never got made sitting on a shelf that he has written. He did the Arrow Supermax. He did a Flash script for him.
He did Wonder Woman.
Did he? I think Joss Whedon was involved with it.
There have been like several different drafts of Wonder Woman.
He did Blade Trinity, didn't he?
Yeah.
I like Blade Trinity.
But it wasn't a good movie. It's a fun movie.
But anyway, anything else on Ben Affleck?
Like I said, I think he'll be a very good Bruce Wayne.
I'm pro.
And yeah, I'm pro because, I mean, he's a really good actor. Like,
he is.
Yes, he's made some really crappy movies, but Bale has made crappy movies before.
Well, see, that's what, like, one thing that bothers me is everyone's like, oh, Daredevil. But, like, why does nobody ever blame the director and the writer of movies
I
for
know.
how bad movies
I
are?
know.
Like, how many people hate Ryan Reynolds now because of Green Lantern?
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody. Because it's not his fault that Green Lantern sucked. It was a terrible suit choice, and it was bad writing.
Yeah.
And not great directing, you know? I mean, it's...
I don't think. I think it'll be good. I really do.
What do you think, Alan?
I think this has been more or less positive, but I seriously have no opinion. I don't care. I don't care who they cast as Batman.
Batman.
Have you seen Man of Steel yet?
I haven't seen Man of Steel yet.
I think it's coming out on DVD soon. November. Okay.
I'm sure it's on the internet.
Well,
Somewhere.
when you watch Man of Steel,
Whatever
then you'll
that
be
means.
entitled to an opinion.
Sorry, guys.
You can't have opinions till you've seen a movie that Ben Affleck's not in.
You've got to earn it.
Go watch Pitch Perfect right now and tell me
have you
how
heard
good or
of-
bad Ben
have you-
Affleck is in movies.
Have you heard
I
of
think he's
Batman?
great.
Have you heard of Ben Affleck? You can have an opinion.
I think it'll
I
be
think
fine.
Ben Affleck has an impressive catalog of things that he's been in.
Yeah.
Some of them not so great, some of them awesome.
Well, that's what somebody said was like, he was really young when he got his first Oscar.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was.
Really young. And then he had like a big dip, but he's pulled himself out of it. And a
Yeah,
lot
he
of young
has.
actors don't do that.
Mhm.
If they drop down, then they're strung out
Yeah,
on
like,
drugs.
I don't think a lot of people would have came back after the Geely thing, honestly. Or the Ben
And his
Affleck thing.
his big debacle with J-Lo, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think one thing that we should at least mention is how is Henry Cavill going to act beside Ben Affleck? Because let's be honest, in Superman, you don't really have to act all that much. He just
He
has
doesn't
to
have a lot of lines.
Yeah, he really doesn't have a lot of lines. He just has to look like
intimidating next to a guy who's going to tower over him unless they fix that.
Yeah, like
Because I think, is he 6 or 6'1"?
who? Ben Affleck? Or
No,
Henry
no.
Cavill?
Cavill. I think Cavill's 6'1".
Ben Affleck 6'3" or 6'4".
The shortest I've seen anybody put him down is 6.5, 6'3.5". But
He's 6'1".
6'1"
Yeah.
to 6'4" of Affleck.
Right. And on top of that 6'4", you're going to have
The ears, the
yeah.
boots.
Yeah. So he'll be like 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah.
So one of them is going to be standing on a box. That's what I'm saying.
And that's the thing. It's like, you got to remember Man of Steel 2 at the end of... Sorry, Alan. And spoiler alert for people who haven't watched this movie.
I don't care about spoilers.
That's fine. At the end of Man of Steel 2, surprise,
Steel
surprise, or the end of Man of Steel, surprise, surprise, Clark Kent becomes a reporter or a journalist or whatever at the Daily Planet. I know, right? I know.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
But, like, so that tells me that a good portion of Man of Steel 2 is going to be Clark Kent and not Superman.
We will see.
I hope it's more Clark Kent because
That's going to be a lot.
Yeah, I'm not saying that Henry Cavill is a bad actor. I mean, he was good in Man of Steel, but what I'm saying is that he didn't have a lot of source material. Like he didn't have a lot of meat on the bones for that script for him to really show that he's a good actor. All he has to show is that I can fill out this Superman suit really well and take some really good CGI punches.
And I can smile when I'm flying.
Yes. Yeah.
That's important.
It's true. But I don't know.
So is that it then? Is that all the Ben Affleck?
Yeah, Batfleck.
All right. Well, check us out next time. Be sure to like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter.
Love you.
Oh.